Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to today's analysis. If you're not having my voice clear or you're having issue with anything, just be sure that I'm trying to fix this setup for you guys as it was in demand from so many of you. But yeah, Alhamdulillah, I'm back. I'm back in Istanbul after a very long time staying in Pakistan now. Yeah, that was vacation. Vacation is over, but never have vacation, and I was even online there, as you guys know, and we did the Future of Money webinar as well. Yeah, that's all. That's all. But I don't even remember what we did last time. Let me check a little bit. Um, I believe we were around here. The price was falling down at the time that I was recording. But let me give you guys a recap. I'm still not sure what I have recorded, but what I am sure about is that after the price broke $69,000, it was a major breakout in the Bitcoin price. What I expected was another rejection from 69,000, but then I was like, in 4 hours, I can see 72 to $71,000 a level of supply. Why not keep it here? Because I entered at $69,000. I entered at $67,000. I entered at $75,000. This entire range, which you see that is gray, was demand zone at that time. So I took all of these entries because we don't know if it was going to fall this way. And I had planned to even buy this low, but at that time I was traveling. So yeah, I missed it on air. Yeah, but Alhamdulillah, it's fine. But once I reached, and I announced it as well inside Premium and inside the community as well, that I am selling at $21,200, and I sold and I took profits. And as you guys can see, all the way, all this time, it was just in this range, and eventually the price fell down. It's not a magic trick. It was very clear that it's not a sustainable price. Even if you see the weekly candle, whenever there is a wick like this, it tends to fill this wick, at least half of it, or more than that. Like sometimes we can even go below it. So right now, after break of this level of demand, we have another level of demand right below that. So very important zone again. I have my limit orders placed here, and the other place that I will be having my limit orders, if it reaches, will be around $50 to $51,000. Uh, if I give you guys a specific price, 50,983, but it can always, have some different price action by the time it reaches there. So nothing is perfect, and neither my analysis is perfect. What I do is I apply an institutional grade analysis, which is supply and demand. Now, you might say, how can I learn this? Well, we teach you in a very professional manner, not like a hype, not like signals. Come pay as much as we want you to pay, you're gonna get this and that. No, we want to teach you if you want to learn. Um, Otherwise, it's up to you. If you understand from these videos, obviously, it is advanced technical analysis. If you do understand, then good for you. You can take the advantage of every time that I do analysis. Let's take a look at the USDT dominance. The next video is going to be again about USD. I'm gonna talk a little bit about what's really happening, what Donald Trump really promised, and what did they actually do. There's a lot of things I'm going to cover. I hope I'm right. Uh, since I was right at the top when I told you guys there's a big manipulation that is happening, And I was right as well that everybody was calling at the top of the market that there's a bull run happening, or there's alt season happening, or the price of Bitcoin is going to go to 200K. It's just that I see manipulation. I don't listen to all these news. And that's what I tell you guys too. Don't listen. Don't listen to them. It's not going to do anything to you. So if you see USDT dominance is again reaching this line of 8.55 resistance, but previously we did go even above this and even above this line of resistance. So it reached almost 9% perfectly, which let me see on YouTube where exactly I told you guys about this 9%, which Alban asked me as well inside community, that you see it at 6.9%. So I believe it was this video was 2 weeks ago, and yeah, after 2 weeks here we are. It did hit 9%, but there's a catch. This is the USDT dominance chart. What about this chart? It did go up until 12%, but it didn't fully reach 13%. So this is the level that I'm looking at. And this drawing I did many days ago. And you can see it is going just according to plan. And I share all these charts with you guys inside community and inside premium. On the other hand, okay, these two were USDT dominance, which we can see it still has a lot of strength, but it can change anytime. That's why today's analysis was important, so we can reach into a conclusion. Let me see who joined. Yeah, nobody joined because it's literally night for everyone. A few I shared the link, but if anybody joins, then they are gonna join. Yeah, so Dixie, the US dollar chart, it did rally until this line, because this was a support for a very long time and it finally did break. But also we bounced from both of these two places. So I remember it was here, so it did bounce, it came back here. Now you can see that it's again losing momentum, and soon USDT dominance could follow as well. Now once we reach the end of analysis, it will be clear for us what to exactly do. So let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance as well, and let's take a look at it from a higher perspective, from a long-term perspective. And if you see, for a very long time, this chart was just going up, exactly like this. But this trend is broken perfectly with force. But all this time that the market is suffering, it was because only Bitcoin had some strength, although Bitcoin was falling down, but it was keeping its dominance against the market. Now we have lost this line of support as well, which I believe Bitcoin is not losing its dominance, but we can expect an altcoin rally very soon. And the other point that I want to mention is this support of 58.5%. Once this is fully broken, because still it's not, every time it can bounce and turn around, but once it's fully broken and we get breakout and retest like this, this will indicate a very good altcoin rally. We can have one more support here. Then after that, for quite some time, and this is a lot of percentage, if you see from here to here, it's like 6.78% Bitcoin losing its dominance. It's gonna be great rally in altcoins, but as you can see, a lot of them has lost way than we can imagine. Let's take a look at the total chart. So as you can see, this was the level of support that it needed to hold, and I give you guys exactly this, but we did enter, we took profit, we're done, because this wasn't a sustainable support. It couldn't hold it properly like it did here. And exactly both of these two places. One, two, then it rallied. But this time it broke on weekly chart this entire support uh, trend line. So it looks like it's done. We are in a bear market, but it's soon everything can change. And it will change if Bitcoin closes above 76%, sorry, $76,000. Uh, that's my thesis. But as of now, you can see that total has lost it, and it can indicate another drop for Bitcoin as well. That's why we're just gonna trade Bitcoin at the moment, because we can always buy something else later, and because Solana and Ethereum as well is performing the same as Bitcoin lately. But on the other hand, might get some more Zcash on discount around maybe 193 or 123. I think it's eventually is going to come at the level that I sold a lot of it, which I accumulated at $33, $37. I sold it all at 133, thinking we are on a level of supply and it's not gonna, like, it did a lot of rally at that time. You can see that's why I sold here. I was expecting a retest around these prices, but all this time it went even higher. But eventually it might just give me an entry back at the prices that I sold. So hopefully that would happen. Zcash against Bitcoin, against Ethereum, looks like they are holding better than Solana. Look at Solana, man. Solana has lost this major support, but it is trying to hold this level of demand. Below that, we have another order block, which is here. Let's see which one is going to be holding. If Bitcoin really falls to $59,000 or lower, I can expect this to fall here, then eventually find some low here. Doesn't mean that it will happen, because whenever you guys see, you expect the same to happen every single time, but it's not gonna happen. And who knows, we might come back to $20. Who knows? This is not good. You can see that it has lost this trend line, which it never did in its lifetime, Solana, but now it did. Let's go back to the total 2 because I haven't covered these. You can see that this total 2 support is also broken. That's why I sold Ethereum again after buying lower around where? I think I had only one entry in Ethereum at 1952. Then I took it to 152. Yeah, look at the beauty of this thing. I sold back here. Sold back around exactly here. But you can see that I was really done with it. It can do the same again, but I need to see. For now, the demand level for Ethereum is just a small zone. But if this is broken, your altcoins can go to hell. Sorry for that, but it can. Let's hope this holds. I might try to accumulate below 1900 or around these prices some Ethereum because of the Bitcoin dominance falling as well. So it's really now up to you if you want to do that, but none of the things that I say is a financial advice. ETH BTC, this chart. Yes, so I did talk about this last liquidity wick on ETH BTC, which is this line of support, which it also aligns with this line of resistance. So if we take this whole thing as a zone, you can see that it can still try to hold. Um, yeah, it can. It can. Let's see, but please do your own risk management. I am not gonna be responsible for your losses. Solana, I talked about that. I talked about. What about gold? What about it? And what about gold against Bitcoin? Um, you can see that gold again got rejected from this zone. No breakout of this structure. No breakout. It can come back to 4,552. I should tell my dad to sell some of his gold because he loves gold. He has gold. I don't. Yeah, it can come back down to $4,500. But if gold comes down at this point and also Bitcoin, and this thing keeps going up, then it's not gonna be good for crypto at all. Like if gold goes down from here. But if it turns around and we see some decline of gold against BTC, which is this chart, then I can expect Bitcoin to actually get some momentum and do some rallies. Silver. This is a joke. This is a joke. Good luck to those that they bought above these levels. Like, how does it feel to buy the top of these things? Um, I think we're done here. One thing that you need to see is this chart. Others against Bitcoin. Let me see, did anybody join here? Assalamu alaikum, welcome Abdullah Had.
So, thank you so much. How are you?
I'm good, how are you, bro?
I'm good, thank you so much.
Let me
I,
finish this, then we can talk in Persian.
okay, no problem. Okay, I just arrived home, so you can continue. I'm listening.
Okay. Um, so this is others, like all the other cryptos against Bitcoin, excluding top 10. Like the top 10 cryptocurrencies are not in this list, but you can see that it has a lot of momentum against Bitcoin. And this is others against US dollar. And you can see this is also in a level of support, which so far it's been holding. Now what we can do is we can mark this area as a level of demand, which it is. You can see these doji candles, and after that a bullish engulfing candle. I can expect this to happen, and this is a previous analysis. We can really expect this to happen. That's why I am. I'm. I might not take any position in Bitcoin unless we get a close back above 66. Maybe it will happen eventually. I'm gonna monitor the daily candle. I have been patient for all this time. I will either enter later with Confluence or I'm not gonna enter here. But for Ethereum, I believe it has reached those levels. I can maybe take a position here. Where's my phone? My phone is not here. Anyways, it's fine. I can do it after the analysis is done. Let's take a look at the liquidation charts. As previously we talked about these liquidation areas, you can see that we are in 1 year chart. All these people, futures traders and gamblers, they had their liquidations around 70, 69, 66, 62, 61. They all got wiped out. What I was thinking was around 66, 65,000, but you can see that it fell to 59, like wiped them all out. Why a little bit of them, like wiped them all out. So nobody is left. So that's done. The damage is done already last week. You can see that there's nothing left except if we go back to, like, let's see, the last 48 hours, where do you see the most liquidation sitting? 68, 69,000. If you go to the 3 day as well, you can see that there is still a little bit room for all these liquidations, but most of them I think are still at $69,000. Yeah, the weekly did a lot of liquidation right around this area. That's why you can see I am so patient selling here. Sold here, bro. Alhamdulillah. It's all because Allah wants me to trade this way. Otherwise, I know nothing of myself. Trust me. I know nothing at all. Except I learned patience. And when you're patient, Allah is with you. That's why you can always win when you're patient. That I can say I have done through my life. I used to trade 10 times a day. Now I trade maybe once a week, or I don't trade if there's no trade. So that's how it's gonna be. Okay. Now, if you guys have any questions, ask me because we're going to end the analysis very soon. Abdulahad, khubasti John Jor Bakhair. Abdul Waris, salam alaikum, khubasti.
الحمدلله بچه سلامت زنده باش تشکر خودت خوب هستی فامیل همگی خوب هستن
شکر الحمدلله سلامت باشی. چطور هستی کت مارکت؟
خوب است خوب وقت است اینمی
آه خوب
منتظر
وقت
یک
از
وقت
بچهش
بودیم
من تلفنم دگیرم نامده که یعنی آل وقت خریده بودم یعنی از 1926 ایتریام 1935 شد یک عالم پیسه را فهمی میفهمی تو من چند میخریدم خدا جدی برات میگم تو مزاق میکنی خیالت که من غریب هستم
نه خدا یاره
مزاق میکنم من ندارم موقع پیسه من پیسه دار میبودم حالا که تو
نه
هیچ گپ
خدا
نمیزدم
مهربان
من تو نمیشناختم تو کی هستی؟
خیر است مرا خدا بده کلتون رو میشناسم نیست
الحمدلله شکر است
خدا مهربان است شکر در حالتش شکر
خب بچهش درباره چارت اگه کدام سوال انتقاد پیشنهاد داری برم بگو اگه نداری که من به اجازه برم که موبایلم دگیرم به یک لقمه نان بخورم به خاطر که اینم کردم که اینمی اتاق یک ذره جور کردم به خاطر امروز اگه نه کل کارهای دیگه مونده هنوز رنگمالی هم خلاص نشده باید از سر رنگ شد دیگه اگان کارکا مونده دسکوری صدا صاف برات
صدا خوب
ما
است
دو مایک استفاده میکنم مایک که تو میشنوی از کمره است این مایک که در یوتیوب ریکارد کرده رایستم که تا ویدیو که دوجه من او دیگه است خدا کنه که دو سه ای آمده باشه
یعنی صدا ای صدا خود بسیار خوب است
اوکی خیر باشه برام چک میکنم ببینیم که چطور گپ است
صحیح خیر باشه
اوکی خب بچش خیر اگه سوال نیست به اجازهت خیمه قطع کنم باز انشالله گپ
صحیح نیست فعلا
میزنیم
که من نم خانه رسیدم چیز سوال نیست فعلا اگر نان اشتیا داری و چیز خیلی از من تیار است
نه سلامت زنده باشی اوکی
صحیح خیلی باز گپ میزنیم انشالله من برات مسیج میکنم
سیس برو خدا نگهدار
سلامت چیز کار داری فعلا خودت
سلامت
بخیر باشی سلام میگی خدا حافظ
علیکم سلام خدا حافظ
سلامت خدا حافظ
Okay guys, if you like the way we do analysis, if you like how we do things in the halal way, inside spot trading and we still make money while everybody else is losing, then you're welcome to join Halal Portfolio. I'll see you guys next time. Like and share the content so it reaches more Muslims. Subscribe so you can see the future videos. Allah Hafiz.